Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy JT, opposite from the North 18. Before I get started, make sure y'all subscribe, hit that notification bell, get more videos. So I was watching Zoe Williams. He had a show. It had Reza Islam on it, Godfrey, Corey Holcomb, and a few other brothers. And two of the other three brothers were former Black Panthers, which I think is great, always great to see people that are still alive that represent a time that I wish we can get back to, you know what I'm saying, without it being so dire stray with slavery and Jim Crow and you know what I'm saying, all the crazy stuff. We got enough going on now that we should get back to it. But just talking to it, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully Zoe see this video so we can. And next time he have a show, I can call up whenever he open the lines or something. But I wanna talk something about the show. I think it was a good dialogue, but the problem I have, and as y'all see what the title said, I'm gonna get into it now. The problem I have with a lot of our elders from that time is halfway. Let me compartmentalize this idea of what I'm talking about. Like my god brother, I would say, shout out to the poet. It's a lot of our elders, especially from that generation. So these brothers probably was born like in probably like 50s or something like that. So the problem I have is that a lot of elders and the way they was talking, and I also got the video down in the description if y'all want to check it out. The biggest problem I have is the fact that they're kind of like diluted from what's going on now, because especially, well, both of them, but more so one of the brothers, if y'all go watch the video, you'll see what I'm talking about, kept talking about not to worry about the negatives. But I agree with it, but the problem that makes me not agree with it is when he, like actually doubled down on it. The stuff they was saying didn't make no sense, right? So everybody else was like, besides those two brothers, we got to deal with what is, not what we hope for and what we think, especially when he brought up Obama. So to say, oh, don't worry about the negative things that's going on in Chicago, worry about the good things, or any other city or state. You know what I'm saying? Whether the brothers and sisters are doing something good, don't worry about the bad. And then he said Obama, had issues because the right wing in Congress was trying to stop Obama from doing anything, even if it made sense, which we seen. But everybody else is like, that doesn't matter. What we're saying is the system doesn't work. But thank you for bringing that example up, because just like they were saying, if somebody goes to a good school, but they get indoctrinated into the systematic oppression of not just Black people, but minorities, period, right? And they didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? And I respect the older brothers, but they kept trying to bring up examples, and everybody else was like, yeah, that still don't help your argument. Especially now when they talked about Obama, then one of the brothers said, you got to get in where you fit in. And I was surprised they didn't chew him up for that. Zoe kind of went in a little bit, but the problem is, you got a lot of people like that. Like Stephen A. Smith is probably like 56 or something right now, or I don't know if he older than that, but somewhere around that, because him and Chris Rock around the same age. But Stephen A. got that daddy way back, you know what I'm saying, where it looked like they edged him way back, like he was saluting when they was edging him. But the crazy thing is, a lot of our elders, and this is the problem I have, I love my elders, you know what I'm saying, especially those type of brothers. But the problem I have with those elders is the talk. They're not diving in, they're not diagnosing what a problem is so that we can solve it. Just like this whole gender pay gap BS is, and it's like, okay, with a WNBA, for example, y'all saying just because y'all women, y'all should get paid more. But when it comes to business, you're not gonna sit there and tell me that you can name a business that came in since 96, 97. So a business that's like 26 years old now, you mean to tell me that they've been losing 10 million plus a year for almost 30 years, and that business is still gonna survive? And matter of fact, the parent business or company is gonna keep funneling 13% to keep it going. So they're complaining that they should get paid in contrast to what the NBA gets paid. you don't bring no value like those guys had to go out and do. The NBA started like around the 50s, 40s, 50s. The NBA didn't start seeing real money until like the late 80s, early 90s, around the time when Zeke, my boy Zeke, and Joe Dumars, you know what I'm saying, Rodman, you know what I'm saying, all the bad boys of Detroit. And then Jordan, and then Magic Johnson and all of them, and then the, you know what I'm saying, the Dream Team, and y'all go check that out if you've never seen it. They didn't bring in no revenue till almost 50 years later. So name another business. You know how many male sports that went out of business? You know what I'm saying? All the leagues that was men driven that went out of business, that didn't last no longer than a season or two. I think the ABL, the American Basketball League, lasted like 2.5, 3 seasons. The NBA ain't come save them because they was men. They let them go. That's what happens. But back to what I'm talking about, a lot of elders will sit there and not think about what is. And they keep selling this dream. And the biggest thing that bothered me, because they kept bringing up a lot of names of other brothers and sisters that became politicians, judges, police chiefs, and things of that nature. And they made it seem as if that was a great thing to get in where you fit in. Like, we seen all the years that we had black politicians, and then they get in, and a lot of things don't change. If you look around now, as far as all the places, like, you know, we historically been voting Democrat. If you look at all the places now that's Democrat ran, those cities and states are effed up versus Republicans and conservatives. And I ain't saying it's a good thing to just run amok and just be about capitalism, but I'm saying the so-called caring about the people, and come to find out, like a person like Nancy Pelosi making all these millions of dollars on the side. Y'all go look that up. I ain't gonna get into that right now. But you mean to tell me they're making all this money? You got our current president that got a bad track record when it comes to talking about black people? And you want to get in where you fit in? So you get that title and status. It's not like the 60s where it made us look better. A status symbol don't mean shit right now. Just because it makes us look better. Nowadays, it don't matter, because you got 304s running amok right now, and they supposed to be able to do whatever they want and still get treated like the good woman over here that's not out here sleeping with everybody, who's trying to get married, who's dating with intentions. We're supposed to group her in with the 304, with the Amber Roses and the Kim Kardashians and all of them. We supposed to group them in with the City Girls and Megan Thee Stallion. No, people got to stand up for what's right. So I love my elders, once again, like I said, but to sit there and act like it's okay to keep your head down and just try to succeed. And one more thing I want to bring up before I get out of it. They always talk about our brothers and sisters who was on drugs, getting arrested, out in the street committing crimes, the black man leaving the family and all that. But what we never talk about, this is something that we got to do a video on and show it. What we never talk about anymore is the bourgeoisie Negroes that when they got their position, when they got their money, they left the neighborhood, they left the community. Back in the days, Malcolm X got arrested so you could assess him because he stayed around the people. MLK got arrested so you can assess him and touch him because they stayed around the people. Muhammad Ali got arrested so stayed around the people. Jesse Jackson stayed around the people back then, and Al Sharpton stayed around the people back then. Like, these were people that you could regularly have access to because they stayed within the community. Then we got to a point after 68, 69, after MLK's assassination, and also Fred Hampton and the Black Panthers being dismantled, Negroes just started being selfish. And then we had other people that were around us out of other races that would tell us that's fine, don't worry about everybody else, but they could do that because their community was intact still, which a lot of them still are today. That's our biggest issue, because a lot of our elders will tell us dream big, and everything be all right. You just have to do this and you'll be all good. You just and they'll be all right. You just got to dream. No, what we have to do is talk about fixing ourselves first. You have to diagnose what a problem is so you can fix it. If God forbid we just keep sitting around talking about don't worry about it, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And then when you get there, the bridge gets torn apart before you even get over the bridge. And that's the problem I have. I want to see how y'all feel about that. Like, you know, leave your comments. Let me know what y'all think about how you feel about a lot of elders. I ain't saying there ain't no good elders, but I'm talking about the elders that got their money and left the community behind. Took their resources and moved around them folks. You know what I'm saying? Mainly white communities, but whatever community they moved around. And then we thinking in our head, oh, you get your money, you leave, you do some charitable acts and that'll be enough. No, that's not enough. You got to walk with the people. If that's what you're trying to do. If you're not, don't get mad when somebody call you out for not doing it. So I want to get y'all opinion on that as well. But I just want to rant a little bit. But God, I think I'm going to do a video on that and just show the dynamic of what happened when our brothers and sisters, we not going to do that separation all the time. We're going to talk about what it is. When our brothers and sisters forgot where they came from. Because you see, Barack Obama didn't really do anything. Then now you see Kamala Harris ain't really doing anything. So we got to talk about these bougie Negroes. You know what I want to say. That ain't doing a damn thing. It's your boy JT, Opposite from the Norm. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Hit that notification bell so y'all can get more videos. And then go check out some of the other older videos on here. This your boy JT, Opposite from the Norm. We out.